We are joined by the winner of the General Tire 150 ARCA Menards Series points leader, Brendan Butterbean Queen. And Bean, it has been a big day for you. That was absolute domination. From your perspective, how was your day in the 28 car?
I'll see if he'd talk. It was awesome. You know, this Pinnacle Racing Group brought such a good Chevrolet today, and having this almost being like a hometown race to me, probably closer than Charlotte. So having the whole Best Repair family, some family from out of town, all my partners that have helped me on and off silently and in the public eye. So really cool to have all these people here. This was one I had circled when I signed my deal to run, that I was like, man, I really want to win a monster. I'd never been here, even though it was closer to home than most tracks, but it wasn't easy. You know, I felt like the 18 and I were going to put on a really good show, and, you know, obviously hate that they blew a tire. And then we had some issues in the second stage there that we got fixed, luckily. But I basically had to learn how to drive the car until we got it fixed, because we had some rear end stuff break there. So that was just how bad to the bone Pinnacle Racing is, that they were able to fix that. And just being prepared for these races with them in the shop, and then also with Josh Wise and everybody at Chevrolet. And, you know, I try to make sure I'm more prepared before I get here than just showing up and trying to tackle it. So, you know, you got to put in the work, and it pays off.
All right, do we have any questions from the media? We'll start up front, and we'll work our way to the back. State your name and affiliation, please.
Trent Worsham, FrontStretch.com. Brendan, did you ever think that when you signed up to do the ARCA Menards Series with your rookie year, you would have this many wins and the success that you're having right now?
I knew the 28 car could do it. I just knew the pressure was on me to figure it out and perform. Obviously, their stuff's really good everywhere, but for me, it's just learning the different tracks and learning the air and how to move around and stuff like that, and a little bit longer races than most of our late model races in miles. You know, laps are somewhat the same, but just, you know, for me, we started off with Daytona with a bang, and I think they kind of set the tone, but it's still little things like showing up and unloading, and, you know, there's no pace laps. You just roll off pit road and have to go, and we've been fortunate to have a really fast car and be top of the board a lot, and all it does is help my confidence that I can just roll off pit road and go through the gears, first turn wide open and ready to rip. So that's all. It's because I have so much faith in those guys. I apologize to the guys on the radio because I'm not flying back with them because I'm going to Langley for the Hampton Heat. So this Waffle House is going to be a little different if I get to go tonight. But if I can promise you, at some point by Monday, there will be a Waffle House visit with this, and I promise the guys I will take them Monday, and we're going to celebrate this. But we can't celebrate too long because we got to get focused on IRP next week.
There are Waffle Houses in Delaware, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going right down the coast, baby. Oh, we'll find some.
Just double check, and we'll go next to Reed.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. Congratulations. So what were your impressions of Dover the first time around? Did it live up to your expectations?
It did. I had to tell myself to breathe, and that was like even in the first 50 laps, I was having to like take my hands down the straightaway and just shake them so I didn't tense up. I was trying to save a little bit for the end. I didn't want to wear myself out. I can definitely tell the load into G-force here is probably more than I've experienced at a lot of the races. And, you know, not that you're physically wore out or mentally, but like just your body can feel the load. There's so much load because you're on throttle so much. So I noticed that early on in the race, and I just was like, man, I got to do a really good job of just breathing, relaxing, and just, you know, not wearing myself out before. Like the car wasn't wore out. I just had to make sure that I stay up on the wheel. So, you know, and especially when we get around some lap cars and stuff, you even though you got a big lead, you can't rest. You got to always be alert because something can happen like that. So, super fun. I thought when I rolled in here, it looked like a roller coaster, and it drove like a roller coaster. So, a lot of fun.
Tim Moore, Motorsports Today. Congrats on the win, Brendan. I want to go back because when you first came in, you talked about the issues you guys had there in the second portion of the race. Just how hard is it to kind of tune yourself back? You guys, in terms of the fastest lap, when you look at the top five, you guys were 5-7 tenths faster than everybody else in terms of the fastest lap. How hard is it to just kind of tell yourself to tune it back a little bit to make sure you don't get into trouble?
Yeah, the hard part is the slower I went, the faster I went. So that's a good problem to have, but like I learned that at Langley Speedway back in the day. Like, if you slow down, you'll go faster. So I really was trying to just manage it. Didn't want to blow a tire or something stupid. Just take my time around the lap cars. But like every time it's like, hey, just ride a little bit. I'm like, I'm trying. I don't know how much more I could do. And it's just they built such a good race car. You know, it's the same car we won Kansas with. So blew a tire at Charlotte, and they just got it fixed. But I think it would have been fast at Charlotte too.
And you talk about the weight when you came in here in terms of miles there. I just want to know, is this the favorite trophy you're walking home with ever?
I have to think. This bad boy, I promised the whole LPP squad tomorrow that if I won this, it was coming back to the trailer. So I love unique trophies that have a lot of history, and I feel like this is one I've watched as a child growing up. Always seeing the guys have their die cast in it. So I'm going to have to make a little bracket since his hand's not like the Cup guys one, so I can put a little die cast on there when we get our 28 cars.
I'm Chopper Motorsports today. First off, congrats on the win. But you have, in 10 races so far, we're officially halfway through the season. This is your 4th win, and 8 of those are top 5. So with incredible consistency, I'm just wondering, how do you put that behind you and still be able to create momentum going into the second half of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I look at our stats. Our 2 mulligans was a blown tire and an alternator dying at Talladega. So it definitely, you think what could have been on those 2 if things would have played out differently for the points aspect. But I always say winning takes care of the points, and if I can't win, get the best finish I can. But I think today was a max points day, so it's got to help. And, you know, being the midpoint of the season, we're getting into the really grind. You know, the next stretch is a grind. We race pretty much every week till October, so just being prepared, doing my job outside of the race car. Those guys are going to do their job at the shop, but we just got to keep the ball rolling. You know, we got momentum, and we know we can beat them. We know we can put together races. We just got to go, capitalize on it and make the most of it. So great day. We want to keep extending the points lead. We don't want to just sit on it, but it is nice to have a little cushion if something was to happen.
And we'll go towards the back here.
Declan Williams, the podium finish. Brendan, congrats on the win today. I mean, this is your first ARCA Menards Series win on a track that isn't an intermediate. You won at Daytona, Michigan, and Kansas. I mean, how much more satisfying is it to prove yourself on a tough 1 mile oval, especially at a home track like Dover?
I guess I still haven't won a short track, right? This does not count as a short track. So the one stat that I thought I would probably get before the others, but no, it's just really cool to win here. I mean, like I said, this place has got so much history, and you've seen the best win here. And I've heard so many stories about, like, this really separates the men from the boys, they say, just of how you have to attack it in qualifying and stuff. So, like, when I got the pole, I felt like, man, like, for years I've heard other crew guys talk about, like, standing in turn 1 and watching cars go off in there and how, you know, fast it looks. So I just – man, I'll look back on this for a long time and be just excited. You know, whether I ever win here again or not, at least I've done it. Just like Daytona, I said, you know, you're never guaranteed another one, but at least we got one. But it makes you hungry for more.
Matthew Blackley, Raceface Digital. Early in the race, you and Brent Cruz had pulled away about 15 seconds from the rest of the field, and then obviously the 18 had those issues. Do you feel like you were as untouchable as, you know, the speed showed today?
I do. I felt like our car was phenomenal. I felt like we got a little gap on the 18. We were just trying to manage it. You never know. They're going to make good adjustments, but I also feel like we're going to make good adjustments along the way. It's just you got to play the whole race out, and obviously I would have much rather him been running second and beat him than him end up in the wall. But, you know, the only bright side to it for us was we were ahead of them when they had their issues, so it wasn't like we just backed into the lead. So would have loved to have duked it out because I know it would have been a battle, but I definitely think our 28 was really hooked up.
Any other questions here in the media center? All right, I know we've got a couple of one-on-ones, but congratulations on win number 4, and you get to go for that first short track win next week.
Thanks, no pressure, right?
That's right. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.